Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, for today's video I decided to give you guys something I've not actually done before, which is a Minecraft building tutorial. Because standing right behind me here is the house from Piggy, chapter 1 of the game. Now this took it took a few hours for me to make at the start. But I'm pretty sure following this tutorial it shouldn't take you as long as it took me, because now we have a model to work off of. Now, going inside the house, I tried to make it as close to the game as possible, but a few things are off, but it shouldn't matter too greatly. Everything's still where it should be, and it's still fully playable. So you'll have to forgive any flaws that are in this map, because I'm not the best at doing things like this, and this is the first tutorial I've made on some of my buildings. But some of you might remember my 2 Fort in Minecraft video. That's like the biggest project in Minecraft I've ever done, so a huge thanks to everyone who gave me support in that. And without further ado, I feel like we should get into the tutorial for this house. Okay, so to get started, as you can see, that's the piggy house I've already built over there. This is the kind of space that you're gonna need to have in order for this thing to fit. It's roughly 66 by 28. You don't need to do these scientific, not really scientific, but you don't need to do these precise measurements, really. You just need to make sure you've got a space that's about this big and you can fit the house in that. And then you're going to want to do, you can completely skip this part, this is just if you want to be really specific, but go to this far left corner here, in one like this, and then count forwards 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then from that, go forwards 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And this is where the door is going. I did not actually pick up a door. There's the door. But yeah, this is where the main door is going. Let me just get up my screenshots that I took so that I could make this as precise as possible. Yeah, you want it facing like this if you want it exactly like mine. But anyways, this is where we're going to build the entrance room to the house. And the entrance room's dimensions are going to be 9 wide by 8 backwards. And from the door, that means that you need 2 on this side, just like that. And then, okay, let's make this easier. 9 wide by 8 backwards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. The door is on the 3rd block inwards like this. Yeah, like that. So this is the view from the inside of the house. On the outside, the door will be here, 1, 2, 3, and then just build the rest of the wall like that. Make sure you've got that right, so that the door isn't on the wrong side of the wrong place, because that will mess the house up a little. So this is the outside, the door is here, and then you go in. And the floor is jungle planks. The walls are spruce planks. So make sure that the walls are made of spruce. The floor is jungle planks, and you use dark oak doors. Those are the doors that I've used for this. They look the most like the ones in game, so it only makes sense. Now, continue this floor, like I said, 8 backwards. So that's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. That's the floor. Just destroy the rest of this and connect it, and then this entire thing is going to be jungle planks. So yeah, all around like this. Liam, make sure you've got that volume low.
I don't know whether the Xbox is plugged in or not.
The Xbox is plugged in. Just wait until I end this recording. Just all destroyed like this, and replaced with jungle planks. I don't think you want to watch me filling in jungle planks for the whole time, so I'm gonna cut here and meet you back once this floor is done. I'm probably gonna do this a lot through the video because there are a lot of times where this applies. There we go, guys. As you can see, I've filled in the floor for this part. Next, the next thing we're gonna do is just fill the rest of the walls. We are going to have to make room for some doorways and that later on, but for now all we have to worry about is this one room. It will easily incorporate the rest of the rooms into this build. Just gotta fill in these walls, same as you did the last. By the way, these walls go 3 up. They're 3 high, so 1 block above the door and then you stop with the walls. They're not that big. They're pretty ideal size for walls as well. 3 high tends to work pretty good. Next, we're gonna put the door. There's a door here. We're gonna put that in. So destroy from this door the entrance right here on this wall. 1 in, and then you destroy here. If you want it exactly like how I've got it on my thing here, then place the door just like I did. And it'll be facing like this, and that's what I did. Next, we'll just pop in the stairs real quick. Not far from this door, they go just 1 away, and then here. So as you can see, entrance, room door, stairs. It's even easier if you've actually played Piggy, because then you do have a rough idea of where things are meant to be. Like I did while I was building this. Although I was like in game at the same time, just kind of looking around. Now just only fill this side in with dark oak. Leave this here because this is going to be the entrance to the basement. So you want to be able to get in here. And place 1 dark oak here, and then a door. Actually destroy this dark oak and this one for now, and then place a door, because then the door will be facing like this, and that's the way that I've got it. You absolutely don't have to do that, but that's just the way I did it. It's fine. The next door from here, count 2, 1, 2, then go an extra 1 and destroy these 2 things, and right there is a door going in, and I placed it like that. So no, wait, hang on, I didn't. I lied, sorry. What I actually did was place it like... Hold on. Let me get a look here. Yeah, I placed it facing like this. So make sure your door is facing like this if you want to completely copy what I've done, and I'll be fine. As for these stairs, well, you want to build like 1, 2, 3, and then another 1. Like that, because that puts you on the correct floor to go on to the next area. But we'll worry about the second floor once we're done with the first floor. We're doing all of the first floor before we tackle the other floors. Now the next door is on this side, same place as this door, but on the opposite side. So right here, destroy these 2 blocks, and then destroy these 2, and then place the door like that. I hope this isn't too confusing for you guys. It's not confusing for me, obviously, because I've already done this, but if it gets overwhelming, I apologize. I'm not the best at explaining things. Now, next, there are paintings and pictures scattered all across the house, and one of them is away from this door here, the one we've just placed. So 1, 2 like this, Make sure you're looking so that you can tell exactly where. And this block here is where the painting is going to go. So just place some blocks around it because it is a 1x1 painting. And then just place any old painting that's a 1x1 will do. Anyone you think looks nice. I'm not going to be picky about this. I'm not going to be a picky piggy. I'll stop. Now, place spruce trapdoors. It has to be spruce trapdoors because the closet that's around here won't fit properly if it isn't. I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but like this corner here, just place spruce trapdoors like this to disguise with the walls. You'll see why later, because like this messed me up for a little bit when I was first building this. But just like pretend like there's walls here, but it's actually just spruce trapdoors placed one on top of the other to look like walls. Just like this. If you can't understand my audio description, then I don't blame you whatsoever. So just try and look at what I'm doing, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to catch my drift, if that's a correct saying. So just like that with spruce trapdoors. And then next thing, we're gonna continue the stairs a little bit. The stairs go like this. Trying to like get exactly what it's like on my image. I'm gonna have to like look for a few more images. I took like 99 screenshots of this map so that I can get it exactly precise for you guys, because I want this to be as accurate as possible so that you guys can get this nice and correct. Anyways, you're gonna need a dark oak fence for this because there's like railing on the stairs to prevent you falling down. And this here, see this? Like, only put one stair on this side here, and then next to it is dark oak. That's where the railing starts. So you have 1 stair, 2 stair, 3 stair, and then this here. This is the this is gonna be like part of the roof and part of the floor for the second floor. For now, just like do what I'm doing, put it like going around here. So 2 wide, going all the way to this corner, and then turn around all the way to that corner. Like that. And follow that with the railing going, I'd say about the whole way up until here about, because this is where the stairs are going to go later on, to the 3rd floor. And this is, for now, this is this part complete. Just a few lanterns to place. Like, see the first one, see this door here? This one? Look up from it and make sure it's on this block, not the one closer to the door. The dark oak furthest from the door here, you place a lantern there. I hope that makes sense. And then there's one more lantern to place in this room, and that is by this door. Same thing, dark oak furthest from the door, and you place a lantern. Next thing we're going to do is the carpet. Get some grey carpet, not light grey, just grey, and by these stairs go like forward from the stairs, then right one, then right another, and that's your first bit of carpet. Next one goes like this, 2 more carpets, and then another. I'm pretty sure this carpet is 4 wide, and then it's gonna go 4 backwards. A 4x4 carpet in roughly the middle of the room. Not exactly the middle, but hey, that's what it's like in games, so it doesn't matter. So 2 away from here, 3 away from this side, 2 away from this side, and 2 away from this side. And I think at that, I'm gonna move on to the next room, which is this room through this door right by the stairs. Okay, so like I said, the next room we're doing is this one right here with the table in it. And that is 5 wide and 8 backwards. So count from, enter the door, and then this block here is where we're going to start counting. Like in line with the wall in the other room, we're placing the wall for this room. So with the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide like that, and 8 backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the same. It's like the walls are in the same places as the room next door that we've just made. So it shouldn't like be too difficult to copy along. Anyways, once again, we are replacing the entire dirt floor with jungle. The entire floor for the first floor, well, for the most part, is going to be jungle. And then just ring around that with your spruce wallings, going to the same height as the other room, which is 3 blocks high. Just going around like this. And another thing that I'll note is on top of the spruce walls, but only on top of the spruce walls, not the entire roof of the first floor. Just place beehives. I don't know why I chose beehives, but like just choose beehives. It looks about right in game. This is just the intersection between the floor colours. There's a little part before the floor changes. So just kind of like I've done around the entire place, just place some beehives. Some of them will be destroyed later to make room for the other floors, but that's fine. Just kind of like place beehives on top of all the spruce planks. You don't have to do this, but like I find it distracting if this face is facing outwards, so try make all of the front faces not visible by like hiding them with the other blocks. Anyways, actually moving on to this room, bring out some dark oak trapdoors, because there are some shelves that we're going to use dark oak trapdoors to make. The shelves are going to be on this top spruce here, on the bottom. So on this side of the wall, we're going to go one inwards, and there's a shelf here. Same on the other side, like this. 2 shelves, just like that, and that's part of that made. Next, bring out some scaffolding, because just in this corner here, there's a little table, stool thing, so use scaffolding to represent that. And there is also a doorway we're going to make here. It's really easy, just right in the center. Just destroy these 2, put some jungle at the bottom. Don't put a door. I'm pretty certain that there isn't a door in the game. You could actually put a door if you wanted, but if you want it to be accurate to the game, don't put a door there. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, I've gotten the locations of where there isn't a door correct to the game. I'm sorry if I haven't. Next thing we're going to want to do is grab an item frame. You could put a painting, but it's more of a decayed painting, and you can't see much of what's on it in-game. So I represent that with a darker item frame. Just place it right here off of this shelf, diagonal from the shelf, like that. Now, the main part of this room is a table in the middle, so we're gonna make that table now. Right in the center of the room, so make sure you're from the 5 wide side, go to this block here, then go on the same layer as the door, just put a fence there, and then the other side, same place, fence, and then take out some brown carpet, and that's what we're going to be using as the top of the table. put some grey carpet underneath because there is a carpet floor under this. And there are some chairs as well. The chairs are the same colours as the main colours of the different members of the pig family. So I've represented that with crimson stairs, warped stairs, prismarine brick stairs, and finally some spruce stairs, which are right here. There we go. Now follow the placing of these stairs to get it accurate. The first one is right here. The second one is here. And the other two are kind of like not facing the table. They've been like moved and fallen or something. So this warped one you will place right here underneath this part of the shelf, facing this wall, not facing the table. And the spruce one you will place here, just one backwards from where it should be, facing the table. It's kind of like leaning on the wall, but I don't really think you can recreate that in Minecraft, so it's fine. Next, we're gonna, before we put the lanterns, we need something to put the lanterns on. So, right on the beehive layer, roof this place off in dark oak. Floor 1's roof is made of dark oak wood. So, this entire floor here, well, roof, not floor. Don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah. Don't do that in this room. This room's roof goes a lot higher. So, roof this room off. And next, there are two lanterns that we're going to put here, but one of the lights is off, and we're going to represent that with a chain. They go directly where the chairs are. So, this on top of this part of the table with the prismarine brick stair, we're putting a chain. And on top of this part with the crimson chair, we're putting a lantern. That'll light this place up nice and good. Now, there's also a painting in this room alongside the item frame, and that painting is located by this scaffolding, one away. It's a 1x2, so place blocks like this and just put a 1x2 painting, and that's that done. That's pretty much most of this room. All we have to do now is like properly finish the carpet, but it's gonna be like a mix of grey wool and grey carpet. If you want, you could just use grey wool, because like that could make it look less messy. It's up to your preference. Just put grey wool where you can't put carpet for whatever reason, like because there's a fence there, you can't put grey carpet, so put grey wool underneath the fences. And like, this carpet is 3 wide, so like this, and it's the entire length of the table, no longer. So just like this is the carpet of this room, and also this room complete. The room next to this room is relatively simple because it's just a square, a 5x5 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making sure this is the center, and then count another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll know if you've got the proportions of this room wrong because it isn't a perfect square, is it? And this room is a perfect square in Minecraft, at least. I don't think it's a perfect square in Piggy, but it's close enough. So this is how we're replicating it. And then just bring your walling around again. Leave this space here, like perfectly lined up with this doorway, because there's a door there. So just as we have been doing, place all of your walls all around. There is another doorway, but I don't know exactly where it is. I'm pretty sure it's just in the center, but I'll check, and then we'll punch that doorway in. Now this doorway does have a door, so I'll show you how to place that as well. And there's just some furniture in this room we have to take care of as well. Now, take the beehive out again. You don't have to do this, but like, you only really have to do it for the places that it's visible on the outside. But I'm just doing this to make sure that I'm not missing any places and making the outside look weird. So just like that, like I've shown you, beehive everywhere. And then place your dark oak roofing like this, so that the ceiling is dark oak, and the lantern, which I got rid of for some stupid reason, is gonna go pretty much perfect center of the room like this. And then grab some blackstone, just normal blackstone. This is what we're going to be using for a lot of these table things. Just normal blackstone stairs and normal blackstone slabs. Not polished blackstone or polished blackstone bricks, just normal blackstone. Okay? And facing this side, if you can see that, this side, like the same side that the spruce stairs are on, we're gonna place our table thing here with made of blackstone, just like that. A pretty simple table. And on top of that, some dark oak shelving. Make sure that it's on this block rather than this block. I mean, you don't have to make sure, but that's what I did. So you should do that. Maybe that's better. I mean, either way, you won't be able to put anything on this shelving unless you do put it on the block I didn't put it on. If you want something on the shelving, then just put it on top of the block underneath and you can place things on it. But I didn't put anything on the shelving. It's completely up to you what you do with the shelves. Now, as for this door, just place some jungle planks underneath it, and then the door will be facing just like that. Perfect. Now, there is a door on this side of the room as well, but it doesn't have a door on it, it's just a doorway. And as I suspected, it's perfectly center. This room is a very symmetrical room for the most part, so don't worry too much about it. Next, there's some boxes lying around this house, and I represent that with stripped oak wood. So place some stripped oak wood, not log, because wood has the same face on the top and bottom as well. That looks kind of more like a box than a log. So put some stripped oak wood in this corner here. And that will be this room complete. Now the room through to this, going through this door, that door is the kitchen, we'll make that later. This door here, we're going to go through next and make that room. And that room is kind of similar to the room we've just made. It is once again 5 wide, so do this, but it's 4 wide on this side rather than 5 wide. It is not a perfect square. So just make sure it is 1 less long than this was. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's what we want. And then once again, just go around it with spruce. This is going to be the entrance to the outside, so leave that open. And there are no other doorways in this room, so that's fine. This is a very small room, and it should not take us very long to deal with it. So just fill this all in. Make sure you put spruce on top of the doorway, and don't put a door in it because there isn't a door there. I don't think. There could very well be a door there. I'm pretty speculative about this one. But from what I've seen, there isn't a door there. Obviously, you could put a door there if you want. It really doesn't matter. And just do the beehive as usual, like you've seen me do. Just like that. I guarantee you some of this beehive here will be removed. But for now, it can stay, and it's not causing us any problems. And once again, we're going to Actually, no. This part isn't being roofed off with dark oak. And I'm going to tell you why right now. It's because on top of this room is the bathroom. And the bathroom's floor is made of polished diorite. So, grab polished diorite instead. And I'll show you how we're going to remedy this. Just make this ceiling out of polished diorite. And then we're going to do something sneaky to hide that. So, just let me get the correct references back up. It gets kind of difficult to sort through all these sometimes. There we go. There's a lot, trust me, but that doesn't matter. Anyways, just place some dark oak trapdoors like this. And mostly, you won't be able to see much very different. And that's fine. Just like this. Like that. Perfectly fine. And that will be this room, but there's also some decorations. There are no lanterns in this room. And as you'll soon find out, you can't place shelves like I've been doing this whole time, because these trapdoors are taking up this block. But that's fine, just place them on the top of the block underneath. Now, while I did say you can place things on top of the shelves when you do this, you can't for this room because this block is taken up by the trapdoors. So I hope you didn't want to put anything on the shelves for this room, because you can't. Anyways, right here, underneath the shelf, there is also another blackstone table. So take your blackstone back out and pop a table there. Nice and easy. And there is also a box directly next to that table. Just like that. And that is that side of this room complete. There is one more box in this room, and it is in this corner right here. And one more thing that we're going to do in this room before we move on, and that is this shelf. Perfectly fine, perfectly easy 2 rooms. It's fine. It's fine, and I'm sure you guys can easily copy what I've done for these 2 rooms. And the table room. And the next room we're going to make is the kitchen, which could be a little more difficult, but I don't think it's all that more difficult. I'll show you guys how to make the kitchen right now. Okay guys, so the kitchen is a little bit different to the other rooms in this floor. This door and that door lead into the kitchen. So what we're going to do is come to this corner and then count 6 and destroy those 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then fill the floor in, this time with quartz bricks, because the kitchen has a different style to the rest of the rooms. So quartz bricks are the floor. Now the kitchen does have different walling in Piggy, but as you can see, due to how Minecraft works, giving it different walling would kind of mess up the other rooms. So I kind of have to give it spruce walling. I hope you guys don't find this too bad. I don't. I could just move on, but I can still make the floor accurate, and that is making it out of quartz bricks. Now just follow the floor this way. Just destroy it up until you get to this wall, because this is the end of the house. So we don't want it extending further than that. And leave this block because this block is the wall. So you don't want to put the floor there. And it should line up perfectly with where you've put this. Precisely, this is 10 blocks along. So that doesn't matter though, because all you really have to do is just line it up like this. You don't need to know the perfect measurements. Anyways, just destroy this floor and replace it all with quartz bricks. This is the only room in the first floor that is not made out of jungle planks with the flooring. It is made out of quartz bricks. And that won't present us with any issues really. So just fill in the flooring like I'm doing. Hopefully it isn't too tedious. I'm used to tedious filling-ins. I do Minecraft building a lot. It takes a lot of time to build things sometimes. But there we go, that's the floor filled in. just build the walls, place the beehive on top once you're done, and as usual we'll be punching in some doorways afterwards. Just gotta finish this corner off and I'll get back to you once I'm done. Alright guys, as you can see I have finished, and the roof is still made of dark oak. The kitchen doesn't have a different roof, so don't worry about what the roof is made of. It's just dark oak as usual. So go and fill that in. And now we get to put the furniture for the kitchen in, starting with a table that's right by this door. So this door here, go this block here from the door and just place the 3 wide table like we've been doing the whole time. And there's a painting right by this table as well on these 2 blocks closest to the door. So go ahead and place your blocks to make sure you get a 1x2 and place that said 1x2 just like that. Easy and simple. Now a lot of this furniture is kitchen related, and there's not many ways to replicate that in Minecraft. So what I basically did was just put iron blocks everywhere, just like that. Put grey carpet on top of these ones, and then place an iron door on this because that's the fridge. Then in the center of this room, place some iron blocks, 2 away from both of these sides, 2 away from all of the sides actually. Just make sure there's 2 blocks distance between the iron blocks and the wall on every side. Actually, there isn't 2 blocks distance from the wall here, but 2 blocks distance from the rest of the furniture. Doesn't matter, you can see where it is. And just place grey carpet on top of them all. Next, punch out these 4 blocks by the fridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punched out because that's the window. And if you want, you can take some spruce trapdoors and place those above the window just like this. And as you can see, that roofs off the window. And you can crouch and go through it, just like you can in the real Piggy. Perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, the lantern. The lanterns in this room, they're not that difficult to place down. You just need to make sure that you've got them on the right side of these here, because this here is where the lanterns go on top of, and you want to place them on this side closest to the rooms we built prior. So 1 here on this very edge, like that, and then the same on the other side, on the very edge here, a lantern, just like that. You could even place them on the other side if you wanted, but now there's another door we need to break, and it's here, just right there, easy. And its floor is going to be quartz bricks or jungle planks, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying here is there's not an actual door here, it's a doorway, so you could put quartz or jungle here and see how well they intermix. I put quartz, but it doesn't matter what you guys put. Anything will work. Now, the last 2 pieces of decoration in the kitchen are 2 paintings on this side. So go 2 away from this wall right by the fridge, 1, 2, and then place some blocks, and that's where your first 1x1 painting is going to go. And then basically right next to that, there's another 1x1 painting, just like that. And that's gonna almost finish us off for the kitchen, but there is one more thing we have to do for the kitchen, and that is break a hole in the roof. Now, right above this painting is where we're breaking this hole. So look at this painting closest to the fridge, look up, and punch. And that's there because in Piggy there are certain places you can crouch to go through, and then they send you into different rooms. And there is one in the bathroom that's going here, that you go down and it takes you into the kitchen. So that is perfectly placed and accurately proportionate enough so that we actually end up in the kitchen in this map as well. And that isn't that lucky. I was hoping that the proportions would be correct, and they are. Now the next room we're going to make is this one here, and there are only a few rooms left in this first floor, which are the corridor here, this room we're just about to build, and the closet, which, trust me, will take you barely anywhere near 5 minutes. Now, what you're going to want to do for this room is, first of all, count the proportions, which are 6 wide by 8 backwards. Now, what that basically means is this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I didn't count that, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So basically like this. And that leaves us enough room for the closet, which took me a while to place correctly in this map. But it won't take you guys a while to place correctly, because I already have done all the calculations on how to place it properly, and so I have the correct one to show you guys without having multiple failed ones. Anyways, floor of this place, really easy, jungle planks. Walling for this place, really easy, spruce. And the roofing, like I've said multiple times over, dark oak. And don't forget to place your beehive on top of the spruce layer and bordering the dark oak, just like we have for every single room. And I'll see you guys once I've done all that boring stuff. Alright guys, as you can see here, I have finished the walling and roofing for this room. So now we can get into what's actually inside of this room. So first of all, there is a sofa located in this room, and that sofa, count 2 from the wall here. I'll show you guys once I've placed the sofa in properly. 1, 2, 3 is how you place the sofa like that, but not from this wall, but from this one. Count 1, 2, and then a third, and then that's where the sofa is going. 1 away from this back wall. And to make the sofa like this, if you don't know already, just place 2 stairs and then 1 facing like that. So 2 stairs facing each other, 1 facing forwards, and then you get a stairs that look conspicuously like a sofa. Next is the red wool, which will be the carpet around the sofa, and that's just going in a oval pattern in the middle of the room, just like that. Now the sofa, keep in mind, isn't centered on the carpet, unlike in the game. You could do that if you wanted, but I couldn't make the sofa connect properly when I did that, and having it 4 wide would look too wide to me. But this is what it's looking like, and I'm pretty sure you can easily copy that. Just all around in the middle of the room is the red carpet, and the entire border of the room is jungle, and there's jungle in each corner like that to make it an oval. Next is the table in front of this couch, and that is just a single block's distance away in the very center of the couch, like that. Next, there are some shelves, as always, the first of which being right by the couch, but only on these 2 closest to the door to the kitchen, 2 like that. Easy. And the other 2 are located on the other side of the wall here. And this shelf is actually wonky, so place the first one here at the bottom of this block and the second one at the top of this block, and then you get a wonky shelf. Next, there's just some scaffolding in the corner right by the shelf, so just put some right there. It's easy. And then finally for this room, we're going to punch in a doorway, and that's also very easy to locate, because all you got to do is look at this corner and then count 1 inwards, and punch. And then you've got your doorway. Once again, I'm pretty sure there isn't a door here. I didn't put a door here, but I'm not entirely certain. So that it doesn't really matter. Like I said, just place the doors wherever you feel like placing the doors and not placing the doors. That's fine. But now we can move on to the hallway, which is the final real room in the first floor, because all that's left other than that is the closet. And the corridor is a 3x10 corridor. So that just means 3 blocks like this, making your doorway the center, and then counting 10 backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that basically means that you're 1 block behind this door here, and that will lead you perfectly back into the main entrance room, just like in the real Piggy. Again, I've spent a lot of time getting these proportions correct, so that everything lines up to be just like the game, for the most part. And then, as always, we're just going around, placing our walling and our ceiling, as you've been doing. Spruce walls 3 high, beehive on top, dark oak ceiling. It's all easy. Except, you see this here? This here is where the closet is going to go, so if I were you, I wouldn't put walls there, because I'm about to show you what we're going to do for the closet once I've finished with these walls and the decoration for this hallway. And I'll catch you guys once I have done said task. Okay guys, I am done with the walling and roofing, and as you can see, it's just a teensy bit dark in here, so we're going to start with the lanterns. And they're really easy. Just look up from this door in the center, count 2, count another 1, and then that's where the lantern's going. And that same goes for the other side. Count 2 and then another 1, and that's where the lantern's going. So basically on the 3rd block inwards, both sides, that's where you place your 2 lanterns. Now this here is where the closet is going to go, and it's a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys what to do for the closet, but don't be too scared. It's just a little bit awkward is all. Now punch out this part of the wall here, because we're about to like basically turn this into the closet, and replace all the flooring with jungle planks as usual. Make sure you have the 2 wide space here like that. And the doorway is 2 blocks inwards, and then right here like that from this door. I'll finish up decorating the hallway and then we'll move back to the closet. First of all, we're going to place a box here, because that's where there is a box. Just in the corner right there between these 2 doors. Fits pretty well. Next thing we're going to do is place a painting. There's really not much decoration in this not the closet, it's the hallway. There's just a 1x2 painting here, counting 1, 2, not 2, 3 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, and then placing blocks like this to make sure you get a 1x2, and then placing your 1x2, just like that. Simple. Next thing we're going to do is place in the shelf. There's a single shelf on this wall here, and it is right by, see this lantern here? Right there from the lantern. That's your shelf. Now, back to the closet. We're going to start by placing the door, and the door will go facing like this. If it isn't facing this way and instead, if it isn't facing this way and instead it's facing, oh, I just made it face the same way. That was a bad example. If it's facing this way, then just punch out these 2 blocks and it'll then face the other way. Simple. And now go into the closet and we're going to start decorating. First thing we're going to do is, see this here? we're gonna just place some spruce planks there. So this is the only part of the wall that is spruce trapdoor. This here. Now, hopefully it's not too noticeable and doesn't take away that much. But anyways, there is one shelf here, just like that, very simple. And then the final thing in here is just this shelf where you find the red key and sometimes a few other things as well. Just on these blocks here at the top of them, and for these shelves it's just what you've been doing the whole time. Really easy, really simple, a little bit confusing, but I'm sure you'll understand it. Oh, the roofing is still dark oak and there is no lantern in the closet. And with that, you guys have finished the first floor with me. Doesn't it look kind of good? Next thing we're going to be doing is making the second floor, and the second floor is mainly made out of lime terracotta. Because Piggy's 3 floors are 3 different colours. The first one is brown, second one is green, the third one is blue. And I'll be showing you guys what blocks to use to replicate that once we get started on this second floor. But before we do that, guys, real quick, I forgot something really quick, really easy to do. You remember when we punched a hole in the roof of the kitchen? Well, we're going to do the same thing in this corridor we've just created. Just where this door is, right in the corner, right here, just punch that. That's very simple to do, and that's just going to be the big fall from the 3rd floor to the bottom floor, just like that. And now we can actually get started on our second floor. Okay, guys, so the second floor. First thing you're going to want to do is come back to this entrance room here, and just on top of this room alone, place some lime terracotta. Once again, the roofing goes 3 blocks high and no higher, and there'll be beehive on top of it. So just kind of like wall off this part up to here, and then start making walls here as well. Don't go around the entire house just yet, because there are some parts that are different. Just like go around this entrance room using the beehive that we've placed as kind of a guide on where to place, so that you remember the exact proportions of the bottom floor there, because we're just doing that but on the top floor here. And just going around like that, so that you have the walkway here perfectly 1 block wide, and the fence right next to it, just like this. Then what we're going to do is, there is a door here, so punch these 2 out. Really simple to understand where it is. Oh, and destroy that beehive. Like I said, there's going to be a few beehives we have to destroy. Just destroy that one and place the door just perfectly like that. Because the flooring for the second floor is dark oak, just like the ceiling for the top. So you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure on this floor, none of the floor is beehive. Make sure while you're inside the house, the floor is dark oak. We'll go through that later so that you guys know exactly what you're doing. Now, there is a painting here. It's a 1x2 again, so just like that, 1x2. And as you can see, it's just 1 block apart from this door. And then count 2, 1, 2, because there should be a 2 block space between this and the next doorway. And this door gets placed in not like that, like this. Just facing this side, like that. Really nice and easy. And there is one more painting, and that is on this side, and it is a 1x1, 2 blocks away from this wall, just like that. And that is basically the entrance room's second floor complete. We'll finish the stairs and the ceiling later on, because that ties into the third floor. And the first thing we're going to make on the second floor is this room here. Right here. Just where the kitchen was on the bottom floor, we're going to make this room. And to get started on this room, its proportions are 7 wide and 4 backwards. So that, and the door is, well, there is a space here. So once again, my visual description is not doing its best. So if you just have a look and see, there is a 1 space here, and then the wall. And the wall is 4 blocks like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then just place them in the corner so that we can move on to like that. And then it is 7 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As you can see, that's perfect. And it should also line up perfectly with the beehive that is there. Just like that. Lines up with that wall. Doesn't line up with that wall, but it's not supposed to. Perfect. That's the proportions. I almost dropped my iPad there, sorry. That's the proportions for this room. And the decorations for this room, to start, there's a painting. And the painting is, yet again, a 1x2. There are only ever 1x1s and 1x2s in this map. So a 1x2, just on this wall, perfectly in the middle, by the door, not this wall. And then 2 1x1s, like this. So you have door, 1 space, painting, 1 space, painting. As you can see, that is good. That's what it's supposed to look like. Then what we're going to do is, boom, just destroy that. Oh, replace that beehive with dark oak. Yeah, because in the game you can go crouch through there, through this corridor that we're going to build, and then end up in this room perfectly fine. Next, what we're going to do is make the window for this room, and that's on the opposite side that the door's on. So right here, count 1, 2, and then destroy 3 blocks, and then as you can see, there are 2 block spaces either side of this window. Don't worry that it's touching the roof. That you could just make the window 1 block high if you wanted, but I think 2 blocks high looks better. It is up to you. But fill the window in with glass panes, and that's the window. Next, there is some carpet in this room, so we're going to take out some red carpet, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a 2x2 carpet going 1 to the side of this door. So side of this door here, go 1, and then another 1, and then there's here. Center of the room, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just like that, it's fine. And then the scaffolding, and the scaffolding is easy to place. It's just right there from the window, right there from the carpet. You can see exactly where it is meant to be. Just like that. Now, next thing we're going to do is get started on floor number 2's roofing. And we're going to use, well, I used dead horn coral blocks, which is a pretty strange block to use in a building, but I mean, you don't have to use it. You could use something else. It's just the floor, the ceiling of this floor and the floor of the next one. It's a strange grey colour, and I use dead horn coral to replicate that. So just fill the ceiling in with dead horn coral, just like this. I chose dead horn coral out of all the corals because, I don't know, it was just out of preference really. You don't have to use horn coral, but it is the one I used. So just like that. Once again, don't do the ceiling for this room here, because there's still more to this room. But do the ceiling for this room that we've just made. And then place the lantern, which is going to go, once I get a good and proper look, it is going to go right by this painting, like that. Yeah, like that. So, 2 away from this part with the window, and 1 away from this part, in line with this painting. Hopefully that makes sense. That's where the lantern is. And guys, I'm going to show you right now, obviously because it's Minecraft, you can't actually go through these 1-block spaces like you can in the game. But, and this is exclusive to Java Edition, sadly, you can like place a trapdoor, go on it, and then crouch. No, don't crouch. Open the trapdoor. Okay, let me try to explain this better. Like, you can see clearly, but like, if you go up to this trapdoor and then shut it, you can fit through 1-block spaces. If you don't already know that, then I don't feel like having trapdoors lying around all over the place, but you could easily do that and make it so that you can actually go through those places like you can in the game. So don't worry about it being unplayable. You can still kind of replicate the game with that. Now next we're going to go and make this corridor, and like most corridors in this map, it's going to be 3 wide, I can tell you that much, and it is going to be 13 backwards, and that is counting, I'm pretty sure, from this wall, but I'll have to double check. So let me see, 1, 2, like that. So yeah, it is in line with this wall, so just make this wall 3 wide, punch this out, there's going to be a door there. And then I'm going to count 13 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, like that. So, no wait, hold on, it should be like this, should it not? I'm pretty sure this is what it's like. In line with both of these walls. Just like that. Let me count once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, like that. So it's in line with both walls and it's just 3 wide. Simple to do. Not as confusing as I made it out to be there. And there are 2 doors, as you can see. 1 here, 1 there. The first one we're going to place... We're gonna put it... I can't actually see in the screenshot what it's like, so let me just move around a little. There we go, I can see what it's like now. It is the other way around. So, can we just do it like that? And there we go. And the other door in this, well, I can't actually see that either. You'd think, after taking 99 screenshots, guys, that I'd somewhat know what I was doing. But it's fine, it's fine. I can see what it's like in the bedroom screenshots. And it is like that. So just place the doors. 1 like this, 1 like that. It'll be fine. And then, once again, we're gonna pull out our weird, crazy beehive shenanigans. And we're gonna... just border the room with these beehives, as always, guys. So then we're going to once again get our dead horn coral and fill in the roof, because that is indeed the roofing for this floor. So just going through this nice and simple, nice and quick, because it's not a very long corridor. It's not wide at all either. And just like the bottom floor corridor, we're going to count 2 in, make sure there's a 2 blocks distance between the wall and the lantern. 1, 2, just like that. And it's going to be the same on both sides. Making sure, of course, that the lantern is in the center of the roof. Just like that. As you guys can see what I'm doing. And next thing we're going to do, we are going to make another blackstone table. Now, I'm sure you guys know how to do this from heart by now, but it's going 2 away from this wall here. 1, 2, table. How to count with Calamity. And next thing, there is a shelf. And the shelf is going to go into the door entrance here. And then look. And then place the first bit of the shelf. And then the second one goes to the left, not the right. Don't put it there, put it there. From this doorway. And that is almost complete for this. But there is one single more thing we have to do. And that is come to this corner here with the black stone table. This one. And punch it out. Just like that. As you can see, opposite side the black stone table. With the door to the bedroom where we're going to put that. Just nice and simple. Next thing we're going to do is move on to the bathroom. Which is through this door here. Now, what we're going to want to do for the bathroom is, well, the bathroom is where we kind of start to lose being one-on-one with the game. Because the thing is, like, the bathroom is completely different wallings. And like I said with the kitchen, we can't do that in Minecraft. So, some of the walls in the bathroom are going to be green, and some of them are going to be white, if you're copying what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, just one sec, I'm messing this up, but see these here? Destroy the beehives like this that are outside of the green. I'll explain that more later when we're actually focusing on the exterior. But anyways, this bathroom is nice and simple, 4x5, so this here is wall, and it is part of the diorite wall. We're making the walls here out of polished diorite. Don't put diorite here, because this is the outside, this is the exterior of the house. You're gonna want to make this green, like that. As you can see, perfectly green. And there's going to be more green here to cover up that diorite, but that's when we're doing the exterior. Right now we're only doing the interior, so we don't have to worry about what it looks like from the outside yet. Next, this wall is going to be diorite, but leave this block, because this block is how you're going to get into the kitchen. And then, it doesn't really matter what you put back here, but it kind of does, because this entire place behind this diorite is going to be a green wall. Just like that. And thus that makes it so you can't see the outside of the house from the inside of this bathroom here. That is also the shape of this bathroom complete, and the wallings. We just have to put beehive on top, and the roofing for the this bathroom is diorite. This bathroom is like completely diorite. In the game, everything in this bathroom is like pretty much the same texture. The walls are the same texture, the floors the same texture, the roof's the same texture. So we're using diorite to replicate that in Minecraft. Now, there are 3 different coloured carpets in this bathroom. And those colours we're going to grab out are purple, yellow, and cyan. The purple carpet goes here, in this corner, right by the door. The yellow goes on the other side of the door. And the cyan goes right here. 1-2 gap between the yellow and the cyan, just like that. Now the lantern for the bathroom goes here on this block. So see the cyan, just go here, look up, pop the lantern there. The next thing we're going to need is some light blue stained glass, because there is a shower here, but like I really have no idea how to replicate showers in Minecraft. So what I just did You guys might have a better strategy, but what I did was place some light blue stained glass panes like this, and then pop on there as well. And there you have your crappy little shower. And then I did also grab a tripwire hook and put that there for the shower head. You could put a lever or something, I don't know. I put a tripwire hook. But yeah, that's your sad excuse for a shower, but it's closest I could get with my creativity in Minecraft. You guys might have something different. If you do, by all means go for it, because I mean, you can't get much worse than calling this a shower. It's kind of a really small space to put a shower, and you can't have much detail. And getting sidetracked. There's one more thing we have to do, and that is there is a towel rack with towels, but once again I have no idea how to replicate that, so what I basically did was put a crimson trapdoor and a warp trapdoor and put them like that side by side. Right by the shower, as you can see, crimson first, warp second, just like that. And that is the bathroom. So now we're going to move on to the bedroom. And you're gonna notice that the bedroom goes out. Like, it's gonna extend off. It's supposed to do that. Like, there is a space underneath. It's fine. I'll explain better later. But as you can see, it's gonna extend off. We'll build underneath that once we're done with the bedroom. It's really easy. It's supposed to look like this and go extend off. Anyways, make sure that there is a 1 block space between the door and the wall here, like that, and then build another 3 blocks along to make that 5 blocks wide, and then next 4 backwards. So 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. As you can see, that makes 5 and 1 2 3 4, and that is the proportions for the bedroom. So what we're going to do next is just come along with the walls like that, and just build them, of course, 3 high, and then placing beehive on top, and filling in the roof with dead horn coral, because only the bathroom has a different roof. This is also the final room on floor 2. So as you guys can see, we're kind of starting to blast through this. Anyways, dead horn coral coming in for the roofing, and then we'll get started on the decorations for this bedroom. So as you can see, this bedroom is pretty cramped, but it's kind of like that in game. You know, the game starts and Piggy kind of knocks you out and puts you in this cramped bedroom. Anyways, in this corner here, same wall, same place as the door, we're gonna put some shelving. 2 blocks of shelving, as usual. There is lighting in this room, but it's not turned on, so we're gonna represent that with a chain. We'll put that later though. That's just a pre-warning. Get chain out real quick, because that's what we're doing instead of lantern. There's a real easy bunk bed place here. So what we're going to do for the bunk beds, the sheets are purpley, so I'm using purple beds. Just place a purple bed right in this corner here, and then shift to place another bed on top of it. Now, for the chain, the aforementioned chain, what we're going to do is this block here, in line with the door. So look at this block, and then go up. It's going pretty much there. If you guys can see that, that's where the chain is not going, it's going another one forward. And then punch out these blocks here. These 6 blocks here are going to get punched out because there is more window coming in. Another 2x3 window just coming in like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple to place. Next there are 2 1x1 paintings. So we're just gonna do what we've been doing this whole time for the paintings. They go here and here. Just like that. As you guys can see, that is where the paintings go. And that is the entire second floor complete. What I'm just gonna do real quick is show you guys what we're gonna do for the underneath of the bedroom. Because as you can see, it's kind of flying right now, isn't it? And well, bedrooms in real life do not fly. So what we're going to do for this bedroom, well, we're going to first of all beehive it up. So on the same layer as the floor, put beehive rather than dark oak. Because like I said, the exterior has to be beehive. So like this, as you can see. Making sure the floor of the bedroom is still dark oak and there's no beehive inside the bedroom. But outside the bedroom we want all the beehive. And then, really simple, really straightforward, really easy. Just underneath that beehive, dark oak. Not spruce, because it is darker in-game. It's a darker wood here. We're just going to put 3 layers down of dark oak, and that will take us to the floor. Perfectly fine and perfectly simple solution. I was absolutely confused when I first saw this extension, because I was like, well, the hallway doesn't extend out like that, but the bedroom does, so you need this part. There is nothing inside of here on the first floor, unless you want to extend Piggy's house and make it kind of bigger or something. But in-game, nah. This is as big as it gets, Chief. Anyways, we can finally move on to, well, not really the final floor, because if you guys remember, there's the basement. And the basement is actually going to take us quite some time, unfortunately. So we may be further away from our goal than we may be suspected. But that's fine. I'm going to show you guys how to build the 3rd floor, and then we'll tackle the basement last. So let's get started on this 3rd floor. Okay guys, so for the 3rd floor, of course, we first have to build the stairs up there. So 2 block wide stairs, as we've been doing the whole time. Make sure there is space for these 2. If not, just punch out a fence, because I don't think you've got the proportions wrong. Just fence count real quick in case you did. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate posts, and then 2 for the stairs. And 1 block in front of that, because 5 plus 2 plus 1 will equal 8. And then we're just going to bring that all up to our beehive layer. Actually guys, real quick, I think I've not done that. No, that's fine, that's fine. No, don't worry. You don't have to go and destroy every single beehive, just like I thought we did. It's fine, I've done it right for now. Anyways, now we're going to make the flooring for the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor is kind of like different, because it's like kind of broken up at this part, and there's a plank you have to use. But before we do that, if you want to fancy up the stairs a little, place some upside down stairs underneath them, like that. And before you start building this floor, make sure that your stairs are same height as the beehive here, because that is the 3rd floor layer. Start by placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead horn coral, like that. So you have a 2x2 in front of the stairs and another 2x2 beside it. Next, extend this all the way back here, like that. on both sides. And then 1, 2, like that. And you should still be able to go up and down the stairs. Next, we're going to take out a new block, and that is stripped warped hyphae, if I'm pronouncing that correct. It doesn't matter because you guys can see. Strip warp hyphae. That's what we need. That is what I'm using for the walling of the 3rd floor. And build like this. Once again, going 3 high. Just like this. Ow. But most of this is getting punched out. See these 4 here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Punched out. Another one here. Punch. So you should have enough space to put glass panes for the window, and then a missing corner, because that is where we're putting the massive drop down. As you can see, it should, and does for me, perfectly line up with this drop, because that's where we're going. So just placing the windows like that. But one thing I should mention, instead of beehives, we're not placing the beehives anymore. We're instead placing acacia wood for everything on this floor. No beehives in the exterior, everything's acacia wood. So don't worry about the beehive shenanigans we've been doing. Now, just placing the walling like we've been doing up until here. Oh, you might want to make sure that all of your warped hyphae is facing upwards like this rather than sideways, because as you can see there's kind of a discrepancy, and you don't really want that if you want the build to look nice and even. So don't do what I've just done, basically. This entire floor is dead horn coral. So I'm going to show you real quick, before we do the other rooms in this floor, where not to put dead horn coral. And where you're not going to put dead horn coral is, you can put it here. Yeah, you can put it all there. And then, like, put some wall here. Don't put wall there, that's a door. But do not put dead horn coral here. You see here, this is where there's a massive drop to your death and the plank goes. So instead we're going to want to, first of all, so that we've got this right, there is also a 2x2 of dead horn coral here that you can place and should place. So take your warped hyphae and build the rest of that up. And also build warped hyphae like this on the 2x2 you've just made. So you should have it looking like this. So that it is 4 wide here, and then suddenly there's a big drop space. And what we're going to do is take out spruce trapdoors, and, well, first of all, build some horn coral like this, because the gap is 2 blocks wide, and it would be preferable if you place the spruce trapdoors not like this, but instead facing like this, because if you kind of like look, you can see that it kind of lines up better, and like there's 2 chains going all across, rather than them being kind of like one sec, like that. You guys might prefer it like that, but I prefer it like this. It doesn't matter. Like, a lot of this is kind of me being picky, but what does matter is that you've got the plank perfectly even on this gap. So 1, 2, plank, 1, 2, like that. And then you can walk across it and safely get to the other side. Now, this 3rd floor looks like a mess right now, but we will fix that with time. For now, what we're going to want to focus on is this room, and place a door leading to it, not a dark oak plank. the door will face like this. Let me get my warp hi-fi back. Perfect. And then we're gonna go into this room and do it up a little. So here we go. This room is really small. You're just gonna, it's too wide like that, so 1, 2, and then that's literally all it is. And as for how long it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will do you good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh look, it's in line. So then you just fill it in. Don't forget to replace the beehives there, because you don't want to see beehives on the floor. So just like I'm doing, just these beehives here, just cut them all out. There we go. Don't panic if you didn't have beehives there, because really you should only have beehives bordering the place. If you're smarter, you would place the beehives like I didn't tell you to, because I didn't think to do this, and just border the entire house rather than border every single room, and then have these things you have to remove later. But it's fine anyways, because you'll know which beehives to remove. Anyways, there's a shelf here that just goes like 1, 2, right here on this part of the door. And next we need some polished andesite stairs, because there's gonna be some filing cabinets. No, not filing cabinets. I'm really bad at talking. There's gonna be some shelving, but like metal shelving, like that, just like that. So see where these trapdoors are? Just right next to them with a 1 block space in between. We're gonna do that. 2 blocks high, not 3, and that's all. Next thing, we're gonna grab out our acacia wood roofing, because that is gonna roof off this floor, and just well, roof off this floor. Just this room for now, then we'll deal with the bigger beast that is the rest of this floor. And there is in fact a lantern in this room, and it's going here. So where this space is between the shelf and the more shelves, and then backwards. And then that's that tiny little room complete. And the next room we're going to do is also pretty tiny, and that's this part here. But first we need to finish the rest of this second floor. Third floor. Whatever. We're going to want to remove these beehives yet again. And hopefully this doesn't get too confusing, but the third floor sometimes does get like that. Just place some dead horn coral. There we go. If there's any gaps leading to the bottom floors, replace it with dead horn coral. And then you're going to want 2 blocks on this side of the plank, and then an empty doorway with dead horn coral. And then just like that. And that is that entire room. Now. Do not place hi-fi here like I have. Remove all that. Because this room is too wide. Just like that. So it should be pretty simple to get a hang of. Just place hi-fi like that, and that is all of this room. See, I've done that because there's a little thingy going on here, and I'll show you guys what that is now. I may as well. See this? Like, we need some kind of way to cover this up. So what I did initially, I completely did it up with birch trapdoors like this all the way up, but then I decided that didn't look as good, so it's up to you what you guys do here. But what I did was place birch trapdoors, but only on this part. You see this part here, and then we're gonna like extend the wall in forward. It's a little confusing. I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. What we're really gonna do for this is just take your lime terracotta from earlier and do this like that. Don't do it the whole way like I was about to. Only do it for this one part here, because this will make sense when we do the exterior. Oh no, this house can sometimes get really confusing. It begins to resemble something out of Hello Neighbor. Anyways, we're gonna place some beehives. It doesn't matter if you can see this face while you're inside here, because you won't be in there for very long. You'll be falling too quick to notice. Anyways, there, like that. And just, once again with the hyphae, leave the window gap, otherwise you won't be able to see out the window. What we're gonna do with the window, well, what I did was actually bring it, I'll show you guys once I get to it, like, which is, I'm gonna take these glass panes and destroy them, and then I'm gonna bring it to this layer here. I hope that didn't throw you guys off too much. Basically what we're doing is covering that up by extending the wall forward, but not really. Just like get a little look and see what we're doing here. It should line up with this here. And this entire roofing is going to be acacia wood. We'll do that later. Right now it looks like a cluster, but we'll fix it. Anyways, this door here is going to be placed like that. And then there is going to be some, place a free here of dead horn coral, and then take it backwards too. So once again, you're in line with this wall. And then make the walling up. Like I said, guys, the exterior is going to get real messy before we get round to fixing it because of this. But it should be fine. Well, you can like build the underneath of it. I really don't know what I'm doing at this point. Well, I do know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to put into words what I'm doing because it just looks so confusing. And that's what this third floor is gonna do. But it's fine. Basically what you're really gonna wanna do is have this here. So look at the outside. If it looks like this on the outside, you're doing good, pal. That's basically following along with what I've been doing. I'm gonna like place the bottom of this now, but I really don't know how to describe it. Just, it's gonna be kind of difficult to go around the exterior and put into words what I'm doing, but there. Just removed any beehive I could see that wasn't bordering the house. I'm gonna have to remove this beehive line here later as well. Yeah. And then there's gonna be wall here. This going up like this. So hopefully if you followed along correctly, which I don't blame you if you haven't, just watch through and try rather looking at what I'm doing rather than listening to my voice, because I'm kind of failing to describe this part. But yeah, here you should like have a space here and then the window. I don't know how else to fix that. It's kind of strange. I know what they did in game, but I don't know if that could be replicated in Minecraft. It probably could, but I just didn't. Anyways, this part here, this wall lines up with the wall that we're about to make. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, count these 4 coming off of this, and then the 5th door, like that. And then there's going to be 2 to the side, so yeah, 7. Once again, making sure all of your hyphae is facing upwards and none of it is going sideways, which could take some fiddling about. And we're also going to delete this beehive and replace it all with dead horn coral. Then just connect this wall up so that it's all completely connected. Put some hyphae there. And then your dark oak door goes in there like this. That was a cluster, wasn't it? Anyways, now there's some decorations we have to do. First of all, some boxes. And they both just go 1, 2, 1, 2, either side, like that, really simple. There are some more in this corner, but that's also really simple. Make sure you're in this part, going 1, 2, and there. And then there are a few more things. One of them is a couch, which for some reason is located up here. So we're going to do what we did for the bottom, the couch on the first floor. Stair facing there, stair facing there, and a stair facing there, and you've got a couch. Making sure there's a 1 block distance between these 2 boxes, just like that. And then make sure there's another 1 block space between that couch and the painting we're about to place, which is a 1 by 2. So like that. And that is perfect. There is a carpet now that we have to place, and the carpet is purple. So grab out some purple carpet, and it's kind of like it's kind of like not a full square. It's going diagonal. Well, it is a full square carpet, but like if you play the game and really remember things, you'll know what I mean. It isn't just like this. The carpet is placed diagonally, so at an angle. So kind of I replicated it by doing that. You could do it some different ways as well. Say for example going like this. That could replicate a diagonal facing carpet as well. But I just made it like that. Up to you guys how you replicate that carpet. You might not like how I did it, so I encourage you to do it your own way if you don't like how I did it, because it'll still be game accurate so long as the carpet is there. Now I'm just going in and roofing everything off in acacia, just like that, because there are 2 more rooms in the 3rd floor, one of them being this room, and the other of course being where we just put that door. We're going to do this one first, but before we do any of that we have to roof this all off with acacia, and then we won't have to worry about the freaking ugly looking roofing anymore. And we also have some lanterns to place once we are done with this roofing as well. So I'll catch you guys once I have filled in this relatively big space here. Brilliant. So now we just have to place the lanterns for this big 3rd floor open area. And the first one is on this side, and it's placed around about here. So it is in line with this block here, this here. It's in line with that, and it is 1 away from this here. So the lantern should be there, 1 away from the plank. Yeah, like that. If you guys didn't understand the audio description, just of course look at the visuals and you might get a better understanding. Now this next lantern is being placed about this purple carpet, and it is, if you put yourself against this block you'll be lined up for it, and it is I don't know if I placed it correctly there. Yeah, I did. This block and this block. So just look at your purple carpet. From here, go 1, 2, underneath the block that I have highlighted right now. And now, with that out of the way, we can move on to what's inside of this room, which isn't really too much. This is the room with something that you need the wrench to activate, and I don't really know how to replicate what that looks like in Minecraft. First of all, we're going to place a lantern here. From the door, 1, and then up, and then there. You guys can see where that is. And then what I did is pretty lackluster, so you guys might have a better idea, but this is basically what I did. I grabbed an item frame and some black stained glass, and I put the item frame there, and I put the black stained glass in it, like that. And that is a very lackluster recreation. And the final two things in this room are a painting and a box. And the box goes at this corner, come along one, there. And the painting is a 1x2, but right by it. Like that. One block, either side of the painting, and then the box there. And that means that there's only one more thing to do on this 3rd floor before we can finish it off and begin work on the basement. And that is this room right here. Now, first thing we're going to do is, this room is 3 wide, so we're going to replace all this beehive with dead coral, because that is where the floor is going to be. And then we're going to need to extend the walling of this place, just like this. This will also cover up the diorite of the bathroom. I'm pretty sure the house... let me check real quick how this house is extended, because I need to see if we extend it like this or if we extend it like that. And I can figure that out by quickly having a look. And have a look I will. Okay, so this side here is what I'm looking at right now. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm looking at this side. I'm looking at this side. Hang on. Yeah, this is the side I'm looking at right now. And by the looks of things, we do in fact extend it like this. But the room... Okay, so basically, take this part of the room and then extend it to the edge of the house here. So just kind of like take your lime terracotta for this part. Yeah, just all of this, extend it. But pay attention to what we're going to do for the room that I'm about to build with you guys, because it's not exactly in line with what I'm doing here. So you should probably have a look, and then you'll find out. But there we go. That is this part done, and then now we have enough room for this room that I'm gonna build. So to start us off, the room is going to be exactly 3 wide and 11 backwards, and it lines up with this here, this wall. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and as you can see, it will not line up with this. It will be one behind, but that's perfectly fine. It's supposed to. So just continue on as normal, just like that. And this gap here will be behind where the wall ends, to let you know, hey, this is where the wall ends. So just fill in the wallings like that, and make sure there is a 1 block space just here so that you can get into this place like that. Just cover the outside with whatever you feel like covering it with. Just make sure there's blue here, because this is going to be seen from the exterior of the house. I'm going to place some blue like that, and there. Now we can get to filling in the roof of this place, and then we'll decorate it. Why don't we? And once this is done, we will move on to the basement, which, unless you guys are building this in midair or on top of some kind of massive cave or something, you're gonna have to do some digging in order to get the basement done, because it's underground, and that could take some time. So I'll probably cut most of my digging out. But for now, we're going to focus on this room, and to start us off, we're going to place the decorations in this corner, which are some boxes. There's a box right in this corner here where I destroyed a block instead of placing one. There. And then there is actually a window here. So see where I've just placed this box perfectly in line with the door. 1, 2, and then to the right, 1, 2. So like that, as you guys can see, that's where this window in our house is gonna go. And then there's a place that has, this place has lasers, like a laser door blocking it. So I kind of signified where the laser door is with birch trapdoors. You guys could signify it with different trapdoors. I just used birch. So like there will be lasers here. So 1 away from the door, like this. As you guys can see, just like that. And then we're gonna place a lantern. The lanterns in this room are just like the corridors. 1, 2, lantern away from both of these walls. 1, 2, lantern. Simple and easy. And next thing we're going to do is place a few more boxes, 2 to be precise. 1 right here, just like that, from the laser door. And then count 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another 1, and that's where that's going. 1 block space to the wall, and 3 in between these 2 boxes. And on the other side, we are going to place, yet again, a black stone table. Haven't seen these for a while. So, you see this 3 block gap in between these boxes? On the opposite side of the wall, we're going to place our black stone table, and it should line up like that. Finally, there's a 1x2 painting that we have to place, and it belongs on this side of the black stone table, furthest from this wall, just like this, as you guys can see. Not on this block, but on these 2. And that should be your 3rd floor completely complete. Let's take a look at how it's coming along. Wow, look at that. So, the next thing we're going to do is the basement. But one thing I'll mention right now, you see this here? Just destroy this line of beehive and replace it all with polished diorite just to make it blend in, and then we can just pretend that that's perfectly fine, because it changes nothing. And the final place, like I've said a lot now, is gonna be the basement, but believe me, the basement could take a little bit. So what we're gonna start by doing, of course, is going into the door to the basement. And first of all, punch out these blocks here, just like that. We can get rid of some of these blocks now because we won't be using them anymore. Well, until later. And bring out some stone stairs. Just stone, not cobblestone, not stone bricks. the regular plain old stone. And if you don't see those, then you're not playing in 1.14, which this build uses blocks from 1.16, so I don't know how you haven't noticed until now. Obviously you will have. But anyways, normal stone stairs that look like this, going down into the basement. Just keep going down until the jungle planks are 3 blocks above you. So 1, 2, 3, jungle. So this is the height you want to be at, where the stone first begins for me. So as you can see, you've got 3 block high walls like we do on every other floor, and then the roof is jungle planks. Now, you're going to want to pay attention to this, because this could get... I'm going to place lantern there, but it's only temporary. This could get a little difficult to follow, but I'm sure if you pay attention, you'll be fine. First thing we're going to do, make sure that there are 1, 2, 3 stone stairs like this, and place stone like this underneath them. This 4th stone stair lines up with the jungle, so you don't need to place anything underneath it. So, going 1, 2, 3 blocks backwards is where we're going to begin work on our basement. And we're also going to go 3 blocks forwards. So 1, 2, 3. Punching out all of this dirt so that there's nothing above us but jungle wood. So as you guys can see, there's a 3 block backwards and then we hit the wall here, because the stairs go outwards. Either side of these stairs, the wall is 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kind of like this. Making sure that you stop once you have hit the place that is 3 blocks behind the stairs, which is just this. You'll know if you have done it incorrectly if your stairs aren't looking like mine. So there's 1 stair, 2 stair, 3. And a 4th one up there. Same on the other side. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then just start punching this out. And then once you hit this stair count, 1, 2, 3. And there's your other wall. Now, you guys will begin to notice, whoa, why is there grey? Well, that's because we are now underneath the table room, and there is some grey carpet being used for the table room. This grey carpet, this doesn't need to be here. This should just be jungle. So make sure you've got as little grey carpet as possible by making sure every place that should be grey carpet is grey carpet and not grey wool. If you've done that, then you should only have 1 piece of grey wool visible on the ceiling of this place, and that is here. Now, there is not much way to hide this, because this is where the fence is, and you kind of need that. But what I did is just put a jungle trapdoor there. You could not put anything there and hope it doesn't bother people, but I don't know. It's up to you. Anyways, make sure that the entire roof here is jungle planks and none of it is still dirt. And also make sure your stairway is looking nice and tidy as well. So like you have 2 blocks here, and then 1 goes down, then another goes down, then another goes down, then you've got jungle planks. Next thing we're going to do is the floor of the basement, which it is all dirt in Piggy. So you could grab out dirt and do it, but I thought soul soil looked a lot better and cleaner of a block than dirt. So I'm using soul soil for this. That won't line up with the grass outside later on, but if you guys want to use just normal dirt, you could use normal dirt. Or if you guys are using soul soil like me, then go right on ahead and use the soul soil like I am. And just fill in the floor with soul soil. If you guys have a correct world, then your floor will already be dirt, and you want it to be dirt, and you don't have to destroy it at all. But I want my floor to be soul soil, and my floor is also just stone. So I'm going around just destroying it like this, and filling in my soul soil, which looks really nice. Now, there is actually a mud puddle in this basement as well, which could be a reference to the show and how Pepper likes to jump in muddy puddles. But I'm representing that with brown carpet. It is roughly here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a 2x2 here on this side of the stairs. But then, and pay attention here, place 1, 2, 3 like that. Because it's not a completely circle or a completely square muddy puddle, it's kind of like that. Anyways, you may be wondering, what are we going to make the walls out of? And this is where blackstone starts to really come into play, and why I'm really thankful for this block. Because it turns out blackstone is a black brick, just like what the basement is made out of in Piggy. So take your blackstone bricks and start making the wallings out of blackstone. Now I can almost guarantee you that you won't have the blackstone here already, and you will have to punch out the walls and do this. And it can be pretty time consuming. So just stay with me and make sure you don't get too bored of punching dirt, because it is most of what you're going to be doing in the basement. But we'll get through it eventually, and I'm pretty sure that you guys have pretty much got the patience of a god if you've made it this far to begin with, because this is quite a long build for a short map. Like, there are much bigger maps in Piggy, like Station Chapter 2. So if you guys want me to go ahead and build every map in Piggy, like Chapter 1 to Chapter 9 to even Chapter 10, which isn't even out yet, once Chapter 10 comes out, like, let me know and I'll try. But basically, I'm done now. I'm done with filling in the walls. So see these two doors that I've just punched in. You need a 2-block space from the stair and a 1-block space from the wall and a doorway. Only one of these doorways has a door, and it's this one on this side. And the door's placed in like this. And there you go. Now, there are a few more decorations that we need to place in this room before we can move on to this room we're going to do next. One of them is, well, not one of them, but two actually, are some blackstone tables. Now these could blend into the blackstone brick walls, but hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. It is normal blackstone after all, so it won't blend in precisely. But anyways, one away from this wall here, place your first one, 3 wide. There's only one blackstone table in this whole build that is not 3 wide. And that is much later on in the build. And then second one, 1, 2 from the same wall. And then place in your table. And then, if done correctly, unlike me, what have I done? One second, guys. I don't think I've done this correctly. No, I've got it the wrong way around. What you actually have to do is count 2 for this blackstone table, so at the start of it lines up with the stairs here. And then this blackstone table is only 1 away from that corner there. So, as you can see here. But that's fine. I'm sure you guys can understand it. And the real lantern in this room, it goes right here, right here. So from the stairs, right in front of this black stone table, right there. There's your lantern. Now, there's only one more thing in this part of the basement that we have to do, and that is the safe that contains the yellow key. No, not that contains the yellow key, that you use the yellow key to open. And that goes, it could either go in the corner here or here. I'm placing mine here. So, in line with this doorway, safe. You could put a birch button to symbolize that it needs the yellow key if you want. I did that, so yeah, looking like this, that's basically how I recreated the safe. If you guys have something that looks more like a safe, go ahead and use that by all means. And that is this part of the basement complete. So next what you're going to want to do is move on to the next room. And this room is a bit dark, as I can see by my reference, because there's no lantern in it. But it is 4x3, so punch in through here, and then from this side go 1, 2, so that the wall is in line with the stairs, and then go this side, go 1. Okay? And then just make it so that it's a 4x3 space, which is nice and simple. You just got 1, 2, 3 like that on the walls. And of course the walls are being replaced by black stone bricks. Go ahead and punch out this part on top of you as well, so that the flooring is mostly jungle planks. Now guys, this is supposed to happen. This happened in the original build as well. This isn't because you've gone off proportion, the quartz bricks there. That's just, once again, you could place jungle trapdoors there if you want. There's no real fix for that, unfortunately. Unless you guys, like, come up with a better proportioned piggy house than the one that I've made here. But this is the one that I made. So, it's the one that I'm following. It's also the only piggy house in Minecraft that I've seen. I hope there isn't a tutorial out there that's just objectively better than mine. But anyways, once you've done that, all that's really in this room is a black stone table, which is really easy to put. It's just here, like just right there. Hang on, let me get the slab. Right by this hole here, which, by the way, there's a hole there. So leave out this part of the wall, because that's the hole that takes you to the garden area with the purple safe, which we have not built yet. But once we do build it, as long as it's proportionate, I guarantee you it will line up. So just leave that for now, and we'll deal with it later. Because that's that room complete. Now the next part of this basement is a place that leads even further down underground. And it's this here, which is the same proportions as the room we've just built, but inverted. So punch 2 blocks this way until you reach the stairs there. You'll know you're at the right place if this wall is completely black stone bricks, because you've already covered it. So just keep punching out, and you should end up with another 4x3 room, like I have here. So just replace the dirt with jungle planks on the roof there, and fill in the rest of the walling with polished blackstone bricks. Now, in the actual Piggy game, the stairs that go down here are kind of like pretty much underneath these stairs, but because these stairs are 1 block in Minecraft, I can't really replicate that, and I couldn't replicate that unless the stairs were at least 3 blocks. So unfortunately we're gonna have to like go a little bit away from the original source, but it's fine because this still functions. So instead of placing it like here, which you would have done, we're going to place the stairs here. So make sure this part of the floor hasn't been filled in, because it's going to be the stairs. And then take the stairs down until you have the soul soil like 3 blocks above your head. No, not 3 blocks above your head, but like there are 3 blocks before you reach the soul soil. So like this, 1, 2, 3. Oh look, it's the roof. Just like we did when we started this basement. Don't fill that block in, because otherwise you won't be able to climb up and down the stairs. Just fill in all the stone around you with soul soil. And also, I put polished blackstone stairs there. You don't have to, because as you saw, you could climb up and down the stairs without it. But I just put an upside down stair there like that. Just to kind of, I don't know. You guys don't have to do that. But anyways, moving even further down underground, we're gonna build the weird underground garage area. But before we do that, there is a lantern in this room. And that lantern is right here. So you see where the door is. Come in, go to the center here, look up, and there's your lantern. Anyways, moving down into where we're going to build the garage. The roof should be soul soil, which it is, as you can see. But the walls for this aren't blackstone bricks. Instead, they are just normal bricks. So grab out some bricks and then we can make a start. So from the stairs, you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So punch out 4 blocks in front of the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfectly like that. And also grab out some light grey concrete, because that is the flooring for this garage area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So once you've done that, you're then going to want to this is going to be a little difficult because I have to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is 9. So you're going to want to, don't go to the left, but looking for your stairs, looking from your stairs actually, don't go to the right. Go this way. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And punch all this out. Like that. Because this place is 9 blocks wide like that. And just like you did upstairs with these stairs, punch 3 backwards so that you have them 1, 2, 3. Kind of like that. It's the same again. And then this entire area of stone is going to need punched out so that you have the room completely done. And then I'll meet you guys once I have finished this, but basically I'll show you guys me punching out the stone so you know exactly what the room is supposed to look like proportionately. But yeah, like this. Kind of. I'm almost done. What you're going to want to do is just make it 4 by 9, but then move 3 backwards for the stairs as well. So it's 7 by 9 is this area. So once I'm complete, you guys will be able to get a better idea of what you're supposed to do when you're down here. So the room looks like this. Now I'll meet you guys once I've filled that in, but once again, just make sure the floor is light grey concrete, the walls are normal bricks, and the ceiling is soul soil. And I'll meet you guys once I have fulfilled those requirements. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have finished the walling, flooring and ceiling for this place, made of light grey bricks and soul soil, like I said. Now, first thing we're going to do is place the lantern because it is dark. So, to place the lantern, we're going to have to line it up proportionately. And I'm pretty sure it is on this block here. So, well, it's on this with the stairs, and then from here like that. But I'm not entirely sure. The pictures I took don't precisely show it, but from what I can tell, just take the stair, go 1, 2, and once you're stood here, look up and place the lantern. It doesn't really matter if you don't get the lantern precisely placed anyways, because as long as you have it and it's a roundabout there and it's lighting your place up, you're good. Now, what we're going to want to do next is grab some stone slabs, some smooth stone slabs, and come to this wall here and punch out the middle 3 blocks on all layers, or place them all with stone slabs, because this is like the garage door exit or something. Kind of like that. And then next there are some polished andesite shelvings. So get some polished andesite stairs and slabs. And then we're going to place those in the middle of this wall. So count 1, 2, 3 in from either side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then as you can see, this is how we're going to place the shelving. We're placing it slightly differently to the other shelves. Instead, place the stairs not upside down and have 3 on top of each other like this. And then place polished andesite slabs in between them, and your shelves will look like that. You can place them the other way if you want, but this is the way that I'm placing them here, because it's kind of like that in the game. And next there is a dark oak table. So get some dark oak wood, stairs and slabs. I don't have the slabs, so let me just quickly get them. And as you guys can see, we're just coming into this corner, this one right here, this corner, and placing a 3 wide table. Now, count from this table 1, 2, and then in the middle of this staircase, that table, in the middle of those, there should be 2 blocks in between. There's a doorway. And the doorway has light grey concrete underneath it. And it is a dark oak door, as always. Just like that. As you guys can see. And this is a really small room off to the side. It is 3 by 3 to be precise. So just kind of like come in here and punch 1 either side. So you've got a space of 3. And then extend that backwards another 2, and then you've got a 3 by 3 space. Now fill that in with the same bricks that we've been using for the floor, wall and ceiling in the rest of this place. So, you know, light grey concrete for the floor, bricks for the walls, and soil for the roofing. And then all that's in this room is just some polished andesite shelving, and that's it. So it's like the smallest room, well, second smallest. I'm pretty sure the closet on the first floor is smaller than this. Pretty sure that's a 2 by 3, and this is a 3 by 3, so it's ever so slightly larger. Anyways, grab back your polished andesite stairs and slabs. And this time we're placing them upside down like this, unlike what we did in there. It depends. You guys can do what you want with this, but I'm doing it like that here and like that there. You can make up your own mind because it really doesn't matter. And there is no lantern in here. Now, finally for this place, there's one more thing we have to do, and that is, well, there's a bashed up car in the center of this place, and well, I'm really not going to try and build a car with my capabilities in a room as small as this. So you could just put a minecart with furnace, or any kind of minecart really will do. Unless you really want to build a car, in which case go ahead, build a car. But yeah, just grab a rail, put the furnace on it, destroy the rail once you've pushed it off the rail, and there you go. Just make sure, it doesn't matter where you put it, just make sure it's like pretty much in the center of the room. And of course, you don't have to do that if you're building the car instead, but that's what I did, just to make things easier. Now, the final area that we haven't done is the garden. Because Piggy has a garden in our house, and there's part of it that kind of links up to the basement. And I'll show you guys how to make that work, but it is a little complicated, but I'm sure you'll get it. Now, to start us off with this garden, the proportions for the garden are going to be 13 wide by 12 backwards. So, and that is starting from this side of the house. So 13 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this here is where your garden stops. So we're walling off the garden. Well, it's not really being walled off with walls because it's a garden, but instead with fence and some bushes as well. You guys can make the fence as big as you want, but I made it 3 blocks high because it's kind of a really tall fence in game. So like, make sure there's 2 blocks from this window, and then you begin your fence. That's the easy way of counting it. Now, that's not all though. Keep the fence 2 blocks high for now because the garden actually goes down 1 for some reason, like in the game. So only part of this is actually the same height as the floor. So see these 2 blocks here? On this third one, punch, punch. And then punch forward again. And then punch out the rest of these. Punch, 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 punch. So if you look, then you'll see that this is the only part of the garden that is actually in line with the ground. So once you've done that, just kind of punch out the entire rest of the garden. But before you do that, you should probably count with the fence. Oh, punch the blocks underneath the fence out as well. So like here, the fence on this side starts like here. So get it up to line up with those and then punch it out like that. But you're also going to want to count 12 because the garden is 12 back. So 1, 2, 3, as you can see with these 3 fences, but then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then place all the fences in like that. And once you've got that 13 by 12 space, you can start punching out the rest of the ground here and making sure that this part by the entrance of the garden and way into the house through the back door is the only part in line with the ground, and the rest of it is kind of down like this. Now don't worry about replacing the dirt with grass blocks for obvious reasons. The dirt will grow into grass unless you've made it so that it can't. In which case you could either make it so that it can again, or you could just go through the process of replacing the dirt with grass. Or just have a very dirty garden. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, just basically wait for the grass to grow. Don't worry about it. And fill in this place. Now hold on a second, because I'm pretty sure I only counted 12. I need to count an extra 1 if I'm going to put fences. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Make sure that the 13th block after you've counted 12 is its fence. So like this. So you can walk 12 blocks, and the 12th block isn't a fence, the 13th block is a fence, if you understand that. So just kind of now place the fences in. I recommend having more than just one layer of fence. Like I said, I have 3, so I'm going to place 3 layers of fence like this, just going all around the garden, and that will leave us with a nice open space to work with for the garden itself. Just finish it off like that. Now, there are 2 main things in the garden, a well and a shed. And well, the first thing we're going to make is neither of those. What we're actually going to do first is grab some stone, and see here underneath the house, underneath all this spruce, put stone. Because there is grey under the house here. You could use smooth stone, you could use light grey concrete. It doesn't matter what you choose to use. Just make sure that you've got something grey there underneath the spruce. Next, we're going to build the well. So, take your stone brick stairs, which you might not have because I haven't said to get them yet, in which case that's fine. Just pick out some stone brick stairs, some warped stairs as well, and chain. And that is all that the well is made of. Just these 3 blocks. So, to get the proper placement of the well, you're going to need to look at the corner here. So, see this 2x2 here? This 2x2 here, go 1 diagonal from it, and then place stone brick stairs. So you'll have a 2x2 left in this corner. No, hold on. You won't. You'll have a 2x2 left in the corner, but like the well is actually 1 block away from here. So see this 2x2, just go 1 next to it, and then place these 4 stone brick stairs in such a way that they kind of like connect together with each other like that. Just fidget around with them until you get this, and it looks like they lead into a hole like a well does. Because this is a pretty small well, so we need to make it very cramped. Now, the warp stairs are being used for the roof of the well, so just place them like this and like that, and you've got your well. You could have them facing the other way, but I have them facing like this. So that is the well complete, either way. Now the shed takes a little bit longer because it's larger, and just count 4 away from the house and then get to work on the shed. So if you see here, leave this part, count from here. So go 1 block in front of the fence, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go an extra 1 in front of the 4, making 5, and then start working on the fence. I mean the shed, sorry, not the fence. The interior of the shed is, I'm pretty sure it's 4x3, so these 3 blocks here, destroy them, because that is the very diagonal wall of the shed. So 3, 3, and then 3, and then 3, making 4x3. And then go around that, just with your oak wood planks, going around like this. And then you will have the shed. Well, the skeleton of the shed. You should also grab some oak wood stairs, because that's what we're going to use to roof the shed off. Now, anyways, do this exact same thing with the walls again, a second layer, like this. Nice and simple. And then on the 3rd layer, these stairs are going to come into play. So, place the stairs like this, like that. So, either side, you're going to want stairs, like starting to make a roof. And then make sure you cap the door off like that, and do that there as well. And then place some more stairs like this on the next layer, and then on this layer as well. Just make the stairs go inwards, and then on this here there's gonna be slabs, so get some oak wood slabs to really cap off the shed. Oak wood slabs, and then just place them on top like this, and there you've got your shed. Now the door of the shed could be made out of dark oak as well. In my reference I actually forgot to put the door there, even though it's kind of an important door because you need to unlock it. So you could make it dark oak, you could make it oak wood, you can make it any oak, you can make it any wood you want. Just make sure there's a door there, and that it opens and shuts like that. And now we're going to go into the shed, and we're going to start placing the very small amount of decorations that are in this shed. There are no lanterns, but it doesn't really get very dark. So just place 2 shelves here on this side, so when you come in it looks like that. And then there's a strange contraption with gears inside of it that I cannot for the life of me remake in Minecraft. So I'm gonna try and walk you through what was my attempt at this. You're gonna need polished andesite, blocks and slabs, some glass panes. Place soul soil here for reasons which will become apparent later. Like a line of soul soil like that. Place glass panes on top of it. And then behind it, place 2 layers of andesite. No, don't. Destroy that second one. Place 1 layer of andesite, and then andesite slabs. And then it would look like that. So that's basically how I tried to cram that thing into a space such as this. But you guys can make it however you want. If you guys have a somehow more compact way and it looks better, well, be sure to let me know, because this is clearly not the best way to make this. But there's only so much you can do when you're in Minecraft. Now, there's one final thing, and this is the last thing we're going to do before this house is complete and we can kind of roof it off and make the exterior look good. And that is the stairway down here that leads to the basement. So, see this corner here? You're going to want to destroy these 3 blocks, you see them? And border it with soul soil if you wish. Like I'm doing here. Just make a soul soil border around. Like that. Brilliant. Now, make some soul soil stairway down. When we can't use actual stairs for this because there is no dirt stairs. So just kind of use the soul soil like this. And we're going to use oak planks here. Now, due to proportioning reasons, the roof for this part of this build is going to be 2 blocks above your head, which is very cramped. But this is a very small place anyways, so it shouldn't matter too much. So hopefully it won't be a problem. Now, what could get confusing is building this place properly. What you have to do is build these 2 like this once you're at the correct depth. But then this block here, punch it out. The floor is going to be soul soil just like the ceiling, and the walls are oak wood throughout. So, just like you've seen me do there, you punch this out like that. So you have a 2x2 and then another block here. Then what you're going to want to do is kind of, and this is confusing even me, go one outward with the wall once you've done that, and then make the wall here 3 blocks long. See, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now the wall on this side is going to be constantly going diagonally. So just keep placing diagonal oak woods like this until you reach the same point. At which point you're going to completely fill this place with oak wood. See? Now, make the rest of this ceiling area soul soil. And now, can you see why it's soul soil underneath there? So, there. That's why some of the shed is soul soil. I actually didn't make that part of the shed soul soil, so I think I may have gone a bit extreme with the diagonally. Let me just have a look. It's kind of difficult to see this place because it's so dark. But oh no, I just didn't know. It's fine. I just didn't notice that this was oak instead of soul soil. So that means you guys have a choice. You could either make this oak, like keep it oak like this, or just make it soul soil like that, which would kind of really start to mess with the shed. But if you felt like it, you could use pressure plates there instead. I'm not gonna do that, but it doesn't disguise it all that well. But you guys could. Yeah, this part is incredibly confusing to make with the Minecraft proportions that we have to work with. So just try and stay with me here. There are two things we have to do here. The first of which being the Blackstone table. But unlike literally every other Blackstone table in this build, it's too wide. So we don't need slabs for it, just put it there like that. So, like that where the wall begins. And finally, we need polished andesite because there's the purple safe. Now if vertical slabs has existed, this would look a lot better. But just place the block there. And if you want, put crimson button on it to symbolize that you need the purple key to open it. Now finally is the hole here. Now this is the ultimate test to see if your proportions have lined up. What you're going to want to do is break this block here right by the wall and then start digging. And soon you might come into contact with the basement. So just keep digging until you do, like I have here. Oh shoot. You're gonna need to replace the soul soil, of course, but you can do that easily. Now, as you can see, I've just ended up at the other side of this hole. And that is exactly where you want to end up. So, while you're still in this hole, before you replace all the soul soil you've just destroyed, make sure that all of the dirt in here is soul soil. If you are using soul soil rather than dirt. If you're using dirt, then ignore everything that I've been saying about soul soil and replace soul soil with dirt. Because otherwise there could be some discrepancies. But yeah, just go through this place, replacing all of the blocks with soul soil in this tunnel, unless you're using dirt, in which case replace all the blocks, if not already dirt, with dirt. And then go through with the soul soil here. And there you go. That was the final thing you had to do. all that's left now is making this exterior look correct. Which, starting us off, we will do that with this beehive here. Remember a long time ago I said this line had to be removed. We're doing that now, just like that. Now, this part here, see, where there is a 2-block space before the green. That's perfectly fine and supposed to happen. You could like make sure that your beehive like is like the same orientation all across, but that could be difficult, and it also might make your beehive do that and look out. But it's not a very noticeable thing because most of the time you're not going to be up here anyways. But if you wanted to, just like I'm doing, you could. I'm not going to do it for the whole thing because that'll waste time in the tutorial. But yeah, as you guys can see, this part is exactly what it's supposed to look like for this here. So we can move on to the next side. But turns out the next side is completely fine. So we can move on to the front side of the house. Actually, I've got the pictures for this side first, which are completely fine. One thing you could do, just like with the beehive, like make the acacia the same throughout. As you can see, there was one kind of like uneven there. Yeah, like that. See? Just like that. Now, does it look like this house is missing something? That's because it is. The roof. Now, the actual roof is being made out of polished black stone. So you can pretty much throw away everything you need now. This roof is the last thing we have to do in this whole build. I actually have to. And it's just to make it look nice. So, for this little part here, this little part has its own separate roof. And we'll do it first. So on top of this beehive, place black stone stairs like this. And then just do as you wish with the black stone stairs. You could make it go up to a triangle point. You could cap it off earlier than before the two stairs touch each other. It's up to you. But I'm just gonna like show you the different things that you could possibly do with this part of the roof. So for starters, you could do what I'm doing here and make it go up to a triangle point. But that does kind of make it like a bit bigger than it is in game, especially if you put the slab on top. In my reference picture, I didn't have the slab, I just used black stone like this. But you could also make it even smaller, well, even shorter, and a little bit more accurate to the game, other than the fact that it's less triangular, and cap it off like this. Which I might prefer more, I don't know. It's up to you. But of course, the main part of the roof is on top of the acacia wood. And well, once again, do whatever you want. But in the game, this part of the roof slopes up slower than this part. So, on this side of the house, we're gonna place some black stone stairs as usual. But on the other side, if you're gonna follow through with what I'm doing, we're gonna place slabs instead to make it slope up slower like in the game. And then you can just place some polished black stone here. Absolutely do not do this until the 2 points meet, because that'll make the roof way too high up. I only did this 3 stairs up, so I'm going to build the 3 stairs up right now and show you guys like roughly what it should look like if you're gonna do this with a roof. So this is the second layer of stairs and the second to last one. So just gonna place the final layer of stairs, and like this is where I stopped with the roof, just to make sure it didn't like look ridiculously stupid. Because Roblox is better at making triangles than Minecraft, so the roof will kind of look better in the Roblox version no matter what you do. But it will still look good in this version if you like are good with building with Blackstone. So just kind of like to get a feel for it, it's going to look like this when you're done. But like I said, you guys can do whatever you want with this roof. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. At this point, once you've completed the build, like, what's next is entirely up to you. Because the main part of the build is finished. Piggy's house is completely done and completely playable as well. Well, completely playable so long as you put the trapdoors in the places where you can crouch in-game, like I said like a while ago. But you don't have to if you don't want to, and if you do want to, then go ahead. I didn't in this, just because it might clutter the place a little, but it's fine. So, just finishing off the roof, placing all the Blackstone. As you guys can see here, just Blackstoning everything up to perfectly finish off this Piggy build. And I'm probably gonna meet you guys once I finish this roof, because it could take a while. So I'll see you then. Okay, as you guys can see, the roof is done, and so is the whole build. But there are a few extras that you could add to the build if you wanted to. For example, you could add the road in front of the house from like the... If you look at the intro, you can see that you turn up to the house in a police car, and like there's an entire road in front of it. And if you want to do that, you could just like have some polished diorite just some normal polished diorite blocks leading exactly in front of the door, outwards until you reach this part here, in which case you'd like destroy it, and you'd put 2 blocks of diorite. So like, I'll show you guys how to build the road. Just destroy all of this and put diorite instead on these 2 layers. And I'll build out a small part of the road so as to not take up too much time in the end of this tutorial, because you guys could see how it looked over at the completed build from earlier anyways. So get some grey concrete and yellow concrete for the actual road. The road is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long, and then there's 2 bits of polished diorite on the other side as well. And the diorite from the door leads all the way up to this diorite. So once it touches this diorite, it obviously doesn't extend over and then go over the road. So just kind of like putting the diorite here, and the road itself, well, you could make the road whatever you want, but like I put a 2 block space of just grey, and then a 2 block space of the yellow lines. So like there's a 2 block space between every yellow line, and every yellow line is 2 blocks wide. So to give you guys a feel for what that's like, I'll just make a mini part of the road here, as you guys can see, and it just repeats that until you meet the end of the road, and you can make the road as long as you want it to be. Also seen in the intro cutscene is a fence in front of the house. So to do that, you just take your spruce fence from the garden, and like, to be precise, there is a 5 block distance between this part of the house and the fence, so count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one put the fence. The fence is 3 blocks high, just like it was in the garden, and it goes up until this block in front of the house, and then it extends like that. So this is round about where the fence would be if you guys want to put the fence precisely. And of course there's bushes all around the house as well, so like you could make the bushes like they're higher than the fence, so I made them 5 high in my original build, but like, you know, just go all around the house with bushes. But like, if you guys want to go all out with that, I'll just quickly show you back to the original Piggy build that I made. Over here, as you can see, bushes all around the house, a complete road kind of, and the fence, so that you can basically recreate the opening cutscene. Oh right, these things. Okay, so guys, there are windows on Piggy's house that aren't actually visible from inside the house. And there are obviously a few things you could do with these windows. You could ignore them completely, like I just unintentionally did. You could use dark oak trapdoors or something else, that I can't think of anything else though, to replace the windows and take their position. Or you could actually put the windows there. But like, I'm just telling you, in game, when you're inside the house, the windows aren't there. They're only there on the outside of the house. So they go here, pretty much, like you can see. From here, 1, 2, window, window, 1, 2, window, window. Just like that. And like I said, like, it will line up pretty well if you want to put the windows there. Like, I'll show you here. You could always put the windows there. And it will like line up with the places in the house. Like, it will never clip into a wall or something, as you can see here. So you could put the windows there and have the game, but with extra windows that are only visible from the opening cutscene. But yeah, this is the house complete. What you do with it now is completely up to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and were able to follow along with it well. And if you enjoyed, be sure to let me know, because I could always make the other chapters of Piggy in this game. And also, big shout outs to MiniToon, you know, the creator of Piggy, for, you know, making this possible in the first place. So always be sure to like follow him on Twitter and check him out on Roblox, and play the real Piggy game if you want to see this map in action. So I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video, and until then, I'll be seeing you. Goodbye.